We moved into the neighborhood hoping for peace, hoping for community, hoping for a fresh start. But we did not expect Karen. Karen was not a name. It was a role, it was a performance. It was a warning sign dressed in pastel blouses and clutching HOA rules. The day we arrived, she marched over, clipboard in hand, eyes scanning like a barcode reader, ready to find flaws in our welcome mat. She introduced herself as the president of the HOA, a title she wore with the weight of a judge and the joy of a traffic warden. My wife, Jenna, smiled, nodded, tried to play nice. But I could see the tension already forming behind her polite grin. For weeks we followed every rule, trimmed the hedges, painted the mailbox, even moved our trash bins 10 feet back because Karen claimed visual disruption, but nothing satisfied her, not the grass length, not the color of our porch light, not even the harmless inflatable flamingo we put up for fun. Then came the idea of the summer bash, a community barbecue, something light, something fun, something human. We handed out flyers, got RSVPs, planned food and music, even checked the noise ordinance, but we forgot to ask for Karen's royal blessing. The day of the party was glorious. Blue skies, cool breeze, music flowing, burgers sizzling, kids laughing, families talking, the kind of joy Karen considered a threat. She showed up 10 minutes in, already fuming, already dialing numbers, already claiming the event was unregistered, unsafe, unsanctioned. But we had paperwork, we had permits, we had every detail checked, double-checked, laminated and printed, just in case she tried. And she did try. First she accused us of exceeding capacity, then of serving alcohol without wristbands, then of causing public disturbance. Though we were in a private backyard, she called the police. Yes, she really did, and when they arrived, they were as confused as we were. 2 officers stood near the pool, trying not to laugh, as Karen pointed and shouted about chaos, about anarchy, about bikini-clad strangers. The cops asked to see my license. I obliged. They asked to see permits. I handed them over. They read, they nodded. They told Karen everything was fine. She didn't take it well. She screamed, "This is not how we run things here," to which the officer calmly replied, "Ma'am, this is not your courtroom." She marched around the backyard, knocking over soda cups, huffing and puffing like a lawnmower, running on ego, and I sat, right at the edge of the pool, chips in hand, feet dangling, watching the chaos unfold like the world's pettiest opera. Guests looked on, stunned, some filming, some whispering, some just laughing softly into their drinks. Karen tripped over a cooler, screamed about lawsuits, and then stormed off, vowing to have the HOA revoke our membership. But here's the twist. The HOA didn't exist. Not officially. Karen had made it up. The bylaws were real. Yes, and there had once been an HOA, but it had dissolved 2 years before we moved in. Karen kept it alive through fear, through made-up fines, through fake meeting minutes she emailed from a Gmail account labeled HOA. People just went along with it, afraid to challenge, afraid to argue. Until that day. After the party, neighbors came to us one by one, curious, then furious, telling us they had paid hundreds in compliance penalties. Some had repainted their homes, changed fences, cut down trees, all because Karen said it was required by community code. The next day, Jenna and I printed everything, made packets, hosted a backyard coffee hour, and invited everyone over to talk. We showed them emails, printouts, records from the county confirming the HOA had no legal standing, and Karen had no authority. The reaction was fire. One man realized he'd paid Karen nearly $600 over 3 years for fake lawn violations. Another woman had received threats about her garden gnome collection. Karen had even sent a cease to a kid's lemonade stand. With enough evidence, we filed a community complaint with the township, and they launched an investigation. Karen caught wind and began backpedaling, fast, sending out apology letters, claiming misunderstanding, clerical errors, and unofficial titles. But the damage was done. The township issued her a fine for impersonating an official organization, and several neighbors filed to recover their payments in small claims court. Karen disappeared for a while, blinds drawn, yard overgrown, the clipboard, nowhere in sight. But we didn't stop there. We organized a real community council. No HOA, just volunteers, actual neighbors, creating fair guidelines and open discussions. The first event was another summer bash, this time even bigger, and we made sure to send Karen a formal invitation. She didn't show, but her house sat quiet. In the background as kids splashed, laughter rose, and burgers smoked under the summer sun. By the end of the night, someone stuck a handmade sign on her fence that said "Retired HOA Queen, long may she reign." No one took it down. She eventually moved. The house was listed as charming fixer-upper with community charm, though it sat empty for a long time. Some said she went to Florida, others said she started an online HOA consulting firm. I like to think she's somewhere still carrying that clipboard, still trying to manage joy with bylaws, but not here, not anymore. Now our neighborhood has real rules, not fake ones. Real laughter, not monitored silence. Real connection, not controlled paranoia. And me. I still sit by the pool some evenings, same spot, same chips, remembering the day the tyrant of suburbia finally got her splash of karma. Not with violence, not with yelling, not even with revenge. Just truth, sunlight, and a little bit of salsa, dust on my fingertips, and that, my friend, is how we reclaimed our street, one summer bash at a time. No fear, no clipboard, no HOA queen in sight. Just neighbors, just peace, just life. Caught in the chaos, or cheering from the poolside. Dive into more drama and delight, like, comment, and make a splash with QZ stories.